Hello, I'm Richard Avery, and I'm secretary of the Rugby Myton Hospice 250 Plus Club. And I've been secretary for 28 years, although I must say that I've come to the time when I think it's time for somebody else to have a go. And I've been on the lookout for a replacement. I now have somebody in mind for the end of this club year, which is the end of October. But the club has been going since Myton first opened, actually, in 1982, and purely because a friend of ours in the family had a wife who was suffering with cancer, was one of the early patients at Myton at Warwick, and she was looked after brilliantly, of course, as they still continue to be well looked after. And he decided to try to repay Myton by having a little 100 club, as he called it, and got his friends to chip in a certain amount of money, £10–15, and had a little monthly draw to give some money prizes away, but keeping the bulk of the money to give to Myton as a donation at the end of the period of time. And it was so successful that this gentleman decided that it would be silly to let the club fail shut it down after 1 year only. So everybody clubbed together and decided, let's keep it going. And here we are, 40 years later, we're still fundraising in our modest way, and it is only a modest way, for Myton. But the figures really tell a different story, because it's taken 40 years and we now have £263,000 that we've raised over the years for Myton, which is pretty good, really. But we continue to do our little bit, and it just gives us all great pleasure to be able to put something back into such an important part of the community, which is what Myton does so well in the county. Particularly in rugby, but it's covers Coventry and Warwick, as we know as well, and that's really in essence what our club. So we're not frontline by any means, like a lot of volunteers are. We are very much in the background, just getting the money together as much as we can to give to Myton every year. But I am involved in other organisations in the town, like the Rotary Club in rugby, and we also support Myton in a big way. And so I have fingers in a few pies that do support Myton.